Hey guys, it's Dave. I'm going to do the weekly review of all the sectors. We're going to start with the Dow Jones. We can see that it's still kind of ranging in here from this 400 to 415-ish level. It is now near the highs, near that 415. We have a nice bottoming tail right here at the 50 SMA. We're kind of in an uptrend line. This is one uptrend line from one of the lows. We could maybe draw an uptrend line and this is potential here. I'm not saying that's confirmed. It needs to hit at least one more time to confirm that. But if that were to be a thing, we have 3 days up at 3 days in a row up after a nice bottom tail with the 50 SMA. Well, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a little bit of price pullback, maybe to the 410-ish, 48-ish, 49 area. But we shall see how that one plays out. Next, we got the Qs. We can see nice downtrend line here. It is coming up into resistance. It could pull back here and then maybe find support. If we want to do that, maybe around the 456 area, 457, and it could just chop around and then maybe resolve to the upside to the downside. So we see the 50 and the EMAs, 50 SMA, short-term EMAs, they're just kind of dancing around right now. So the market's kind of indecision. It's kind of choppy. I would kind of expect this up until elections, to be honest, but just stay safe with stop losses and everything. SPYs again near all-time highs. I wouldn't be shocked if we broke it maybe this week, if not next week. Maybe a little stop run. However, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days up. So we did nothing but go up last week, just like in the Qs there. So I would not be shocked if we got a little chop or a little pullback, little digestion, maybe to respect this uptrend line here, potential uptrend line, and potential break afterwards. We'll see. SMAs short term starting to head back up here, so maybe a little rally's coming in here this week, who knows. Another thing I like to look at here is this picture in picture chart. Wonderful thing to look at, especially if I'm looking at weeklies or looking at shorter term time frames as well. All right, XLB materials, if we zoom out a little bit, this thing's just ranging. I'm not really interested in this until it breaks from one way or the other. You could front run maybe here, set a stop loss up here, and then if it fails to break that, target would be back down here. But I'm not interested in XLB for myself. XLC also still kind of ranging. Nice bottom and tail followed by 3 days up. MAs are just chopping around, lack of direction. XLE, in my opinion, bounces are shortable. We have lower high here. So high, lower high, low, lower low. So structure, lower low, lower low, lower low, right? So downtrending. It is underneath the shorter term EMAs, and the 50 SMA is about to cross the 200 SMA, quote unquote death cross. It happened here as well, and the market rebounded. I don't trade EMA crosses and stuff like that, but it's good to keep in mind for those that do. So energy sector might be good shorts. We'll see. XLF, nice little breakout of these highs over here, and now it is pulled back to test these ranges. You can see as it pulled in, got close to 50-ish%, but it did get close to the 50 SMA here, where institutions, they do like to buy around this area, and it's kind of holding and respected and did close above these. So maybe we see a push up here in the financial sector, something to keep an eye on. XLI, I'm going to zoom back out here. This kind of looks like potential what XLF might look like. It broke range, pulled back to the range, nice bottom tail to the 50 SMA, and then we got 1, 2, 3 straight days up. Shorter-term EMAs are trending up as well. So industrials looks somewhat interesting as well. XLK, so tech, right? Huge pullback here, bounce at the uptrend line, then hit the downtrend line. So now it just kind of looks similar to Qs, right? Indecision. Maybe we'll see which way it resolves. Maybe it breaks this downtrend line, resolves up. Maybe this breaks this uptrend line and resolves down. We'll see. These are potentials, by the way, not necessarily yet. There's no 3 tags. XLP, you can see it's broke these ranges here. Nice little run up, pull back to the 20 EMA. And also at the 10 EMA. This is where I got these blue lines from. So longer term structure, chopped around these highs, right? And then broke this high. I don't know if it's going to come back to this 81-ish level or retest it. Otherwise, consumer staples, they might keep running. Who knows? Let's see. Next, we got utilities. These guys look at this beautiful grind up the 10 EMA after this breakup of highs. You could have bought these and just trailed the stop loss on a close below the 10 EMA, and you would have a pretty decent move. You'd at least 10% from 72 to 78, 10-ish%. So that'd be a pretty nice trade. But these guys just continue to grind on higher. XLB healthcare broke out here. kind of had a little pullback. There's a ton of bottoming tails here. So it tells me that there are buyers. There is some decent volume on these pullbacks, the bottoming tail as well. So we'll see what happens here at this top and tail. If you put in anchor VWAP and see where, yeah, we're over that anchor VWAP from this big old kind of blow off looking candle, but we shall see if it holds or not. Consumer discretionary. We have the highs here, the prior to, right? So here's long-term look, chop, 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 break these levels here, pulled all the way back down, chopped back around. We had a potential like downtrend line here, broke that downtrend line. So it looks like 195 wants to be tagged. We'll see if there's any more resistance, any more supply there to be provided. Maybe it breaks out, comes back down to retest and continues on. XLY looks decent. However, 5 green candles in a row. I wouldn't be buying up here personally. You do what you want, but that's a little extended in my opinion. All right, so there are these sectors. Hopefully that's helpful for you. It helps me in preparing for the week and kind of gets my brain going and where I kind of want to focus my attention, specifically sector-wise, and what I can kind of expect throughout the week. Maybe in the beginning of the week, if we get a pullback here, and then maybe some continuation to the upside at the end of the week, 2-3 days, maybe Thursday, Friday, we pump into it. It is only mid-September here, so it's not necessarily end of the month where prices can pump. But yeah, that's kind of how I see things.